Make that motherfucking money, y'all. What's up, guys? My name is Steve Big Bucks of Beta. This is the Distinguished DeGents podcast, your one in many homes of degenerate gambling. Currently sitting at a 93, 108, and 2 record. I am the co-host. Joining me, as always, is my co-host, my partner in gambling. It is the one and only Jason Monty Mansman. Monty Mansman, last week I was staring death in the face. I was losing my fucking shirt, my pants, my pride. Took away 11 units last week at the Mansman household. Great fucking Sunday. Mansman, I gotta ask, was your Sunday? How did your day go? And what were your units like? And then we're gonna follow up after that.
Yeah, so I had a profitable day. I was up another 6 units, victory. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We've been on a little bit of a hot streak here, or I've been on a bit of a hot streak.
Oh, I'm on a bit of a heater because I did a gut check on Monday. I didn't play the Eagles, but I played a few bets. Had a couple props on Monday night. Jalen Hurts didn't come through on the touchdown. Omari and Hampton, 50 rushing yards plus money. Got that. Got the Dicker the kicker over 7.5 points. That was fucking easy. Yep. Ended week 14 up 11 units for the week. Then we roll into Thursday night, which we got to talk about. Atlanta versus the Tampa Bay Bucks. Clean sweep for the Big Bucks household. Hit a 13-1 same game parlay. Hit every other fucking prop I left off the same game parlay to include, and I quote, Atlanta plus 4.5, and I bet it at plus 5.5, so I bet the latter on that. Same game parlay, Baker and Kirk Cousins, 2 touchdowns and 200 passing yards with the spread. Bet the spread separately. Bet Baker to throw an interception at plus 112. Bet Bijan Robinson to get 40 receiving yards at minus 110. That was easy at the half. And I think there's like one more prop I'm missing. I could go back and look. But currently riding into the rest of week 15, I am up 9 units for a 20-unit profit going into this Sunday.
Wow. What a turn, man. It turns quick. Good for you, buddy. You're back on the saddle.
Feels good. Feels real good.
Bet it does. Good
especially
for you.
Especially the last few weeks where I was either breaking even or losing and just not coming through. I mean, like, I have not had to do a Hail Mary Monday night play in, like, now it's been 2 weeks. So I'm pretty ecstatic over that. And I'm hoping to just keep riding it. Even bet a parlay the other day. It was the Avs and Nuggets, both on the spread. That even came fucking through. So it's just like, currently, I played a prop bet on Bet365, Navy Army, each to get 15 points. It's fourth quarter. That just came through. Navy's up 17-16. That profit boosted. So it's just like, this week 15 is going to be like a gut check for me. This is going to see how long will this heat stay lit. We'll see.
Well, this is the beta time, because normally what happens is in years past, you've gotten off to good starts, and then in the middle, you're shit. And then at the end, you sort of come back, and we know how you are in the playoffs. Although last year was kind of a down playoff year, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, last year was it was down in the wild card in the divisional. I made up for it in the conference and the Super Bowl. Thank Christ. But yeah, it was not looking good last playoff. So hopefully we can turn it around, take it into the playoffs as well. But Mansman, any thoughts, comments on that Atlanta-Tampa game? I mean, our homeboy from the Mount.
Yeah, Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles,
our homie from the Mount. Homie from the Mount. He had some choice words at the press conference saying how some people, like, guys really need to play for it. They just don't fucking care. He had a lot of vulgarity in that press conference. Kind of telling, but you wouldn't guess that from the veteran presence that the team has. So I don't know what your thoughts was on that press conference if you saw it, and just the game overall with Atlanta coming back.
Very surprising, because that's not normally what Todd Bowles is, and maybe Todd Bowles is feeling the heat because team's kind of underperforming, And yeah, it was. I didn't necessarily see it coming because I had Atlanta dead to rights, dead done Thursday night on the road. But Tampa has been, I don't know, they've just, what is Tampa normally? They're a team that's 500 that wins a shit division. And those are the types of games where Tampa shows that they're a 500 team that wins a shit division. Um, Baker put up his points and they got their points, but that defense, I mean, we saw it against Buffalo. You've seen it a couple times this year. They're not very good. That Todd Bowles defense, not very good. And
they're hit and miss. Like, you never know when they're just going to shut down a shit team, or you get a game like the Rams, where I think the Rams put up
yeah,
38 or something on them in
yeah,
like a dead ball game.
yeah. And if you're in the playoffs, congratulations on the Kyle Pitts career game. You're probably going to win your playoff game. Oh, that's right. Nobody had Kyle Pitts who's in the fantasy playoffs, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, for our league, our buddy Phil, who was out of the playoffs, I believe he's on a he's either on a bye or he started Mark Andrews over. Either way, he had Kyle Pitts on his bench, 40 points, just chilling on the bench.
Well, that's why he's on. That's why he's in the consolation bracket. So.
All right, Manson, we got, I think, another 15 games we have to go through.
Yeah,
15, 16. No more bye weeks. It is 15. It's the final four. We have the final 4 weeks of football. This is where shit gets real. Fantasy playoff contentions are on the line. Man, oh man. And this is like, I don't want to say it's do or die, because last week we talked about win or go home, but this is basically like can't lose, or you're looking to upset people if you're this team. Atlanta being the prime example Thursday night. God, some of these lines just seem like it's going to either be blowouts, or they're lines where I feel like the market has just let it dictate itself versus the books just taking a hard stance. Although there's like 1 or 2 games where I think like they haven't budged because they know if they do, they're going to get slaughtered on the other side. So, anything that piqued your interest, just overhead.
I'll give a general comment. I think I almost think that these are the hardest weeks to predict because we know week 18's coming and week 17, and there may be some teams that start to clinch and start to look ahead to the playoffs. But these weeks for me are always the toughest because anything can happen. It almost feels like week 1 or week 2, just because I feel like there's teams, and you saw it with Atlanta, they're looking for their one professional game to sort of wrap up the year. Okay, we gave it a good effort. We beat a good team. Now we can sort of take the rest of the year off because we showed our pride. These pride games sometimes can be very scary because they sort of come out of nowhere. Like, I can tell you, I didn't really, and good on you, I didn't really see Atlanta as a viable pick. Like, I wouldn't have picked them. And you were dead on. Like, from the start of the game, Atlanta was locked in and had something cooking. So tough time of the year. But
you know what's funny is that, like, I think if Michael Penix was starting in that Thursday night game, I wouldn't have been on that side. But the fact that it was Kirk Cousins, who, like, you think about it, he's playing for his career still. The man's already admitted he wants to leave Atlanta. He potentially wants to go back to Minnesota if everything goes right. But I think a guy like Kirk Cousins needs to have a good game to end the season, just to put some film. And I feel like that's what Thursday night was. And even like in 2024, when Kirko played the Bucks, he always woke up and he always played them tough. Always seemed to win too, oddly. And that was just kind of my play. It was like, it's Kirk Cousins. He has nothing left to lose. He's going up against the Bucks, who really may not be that good. They're like, sometimes it's like you always say, sometimes your record is what your record is. Like, sometimes you are what your record.
Yeah.
The Bucks are like a subpar 500 team in the NFC South. And this is the kind of game where, like, the Bucks should have won. I didn't think they were going to cover 5.5. I thought that was insane. I didn't think they would lose. Because, like, in my other pick'em contest, I picked the Bucks to win. I didn't think that was going to happen. And, I could say refs are terrorists. I could say the NFL's rigged. But I mean, you lost to a team who had 19 penalties.
Yeah.
19 penalties. That's like Garrett Bowles-esque. That is just unforgivable.
That's the
I
old
can see why
Raiders.
Todd Bowles.
That's the old Raiders who would get like every penalty.
I mean, it's just I don't understand how you lose to that team. They get 19 penalties. You have every opportunity to score, and you just fall. And Baker Mayfield, 2-minute drill. Why are you throwing it on third down? You run the ball. You take it to the 2, third and long. Run it again. You drain the clock to at least 140. No, Baker Mayfield goes for a deep throw, and now it's incomplete. And now, even if you run it, you barely get to the 2-minute warning. Falcons have all their timeouts. Like,
Yeah, that was questionable. That was
I don't know.
questionable.
Like, Todd Bowles can be shitty. Todd Bowles can be shitty, but play calling is questionable. Deserves to be on the hot seat. That's my final take. Just I don't care. But all right, guys, let's get on to week 15. Week 15, 15 games.
Ugh.
We got to start with this shit though.
Oh, Jesus.
NRG Stadium. It's the Houston Texans, 8-5, taking on the Arizona Cardinals, who are catching 10 plus 400, 4-1 non-conference road underdogs. Houston minus 550, 42.5 is the current total. Mansman, I'm gonna let you start. However, I think Jacoby Brissett is obviously starting. I thought there's been a lot of weird injury news. I thought I saw something with this game, but if not, correct me and just go ahead.
Yeah, not that I remember seeing. This is one of those games, especially now that we have 15 to choose from. I think it's like I think Houston's gonna win just because I don't think their defense will let them lose. But boy, this just feels like such a flat spot because Houston has basically had what, like 3, 4 playoff games in a row, essentially, where they had to beat the Bills, they had to beat the Colts. You know what I mean? Like they basically
needed the
needed
Colts, they had to beat the Bills, they had to beat
the Chiefs.
the Chiefs. Yeah, thank you.
Like they basically had a bunch of playoff games, and now this is the flat spot. I have to say, and I got to look at the injury news more before I pull the trigger. I got to say, Arizona plus 10 might be the play in this game, just because I could see Houston being a little flat, and I could see them winning this game by like a touchdown and
So
a little bit of a scare.
I kind of have the same vibe as you. I'm looking at the injury reports now. Nick Chubb questionable on the Texans side. It's the Cardinals side. Marvin Harrison Jr. is out. Cornerback Max Melton out. Defensive lineman Bilal Nichols out. Dadrian Taylor Demerson safety out. Safety Jalen Thompson out. Paris Johnson O-line out. Evan Brown O-line out for personal reasons. So it's the Cardinals that are like so injury prone. I think that's why this line has jumped to 10. But I'm with you. I think I'm gonna make an executive call here, and I don't normally do this off the cuff, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and take this line at 42.5. I'm gonna make this my under of the week. This is the type of game that's flat, but think of it this way. Houston's defense is going to give a guy like Jacoby Brissett some serious problems. We saw what the Seahawks, the Rams, and the Niners defense did to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
The Texans are arguably better on defense than all three of those teams that I just mentioned. I think if you were to compare one to the other as like the best, I would say Seattle was the most comparable. However, other than the division games, the Cardinals have covered 10 points in every other game this season. And there is something going on, I think, with CJ Stroud. I don't know if I can trust him to win a blowout style game in this type of week. Houston has been a dead under team all year because of that very reason. And looking at the last 5 non-conference games for Houston, all 5 have hit the under. And they've won 5 straight. But they won their last 4 scoring 23 or less. And only last week with the Chiefs would they have covered this number. So I guess your argument is, well, if the Cardinals are worse than the Chiefs, and the Texans covered this number with the Chiefs. Could they do it here? Maybe. I don't know if they do it back to back though. Like it's not. It's a lot easier than it sounds. But the Cardinals, on the other hand, if you look at this spot, Cardinals 4-0-1 ATS in their last 5 non-conference road spots. However, they only scored over 23 twice with Brissett. So I had this as a deadpan under boring game. I'm going with the Cardinals plus 10. It's ugly. It's not like my fade of the week. But I just don't see that. I don't know if I see the Texans doing it twice. And if they do, great. I don't think it's going to be my contest play. It's not going to be a big bet. I think Texans to win in my pick them, and I'm going to call it a day and just to move on. But under the week, I love the number.
I really like your thinking as well. I like the under as well. Especially because if you think about it, maybe the flat spot is Houston's offense comes out flat and it's like a, 10-3 game at halftime, and then it goes from there. So yeah, I like your under. I think you're on the right side there. Yeah. I endorse.
And I think with Nick Chubb being hurt too, I actually made this a little parlay. So like I wanted to find a way to play the Texans money line. So I parlayed that with Jacoby Brissett over 37.5 pass attempts. He's hit this number, I think, in all but like 1 or 2 starts this year. I mean, this guy he has the NFL record for most pass attempts in a game that he got this season. I think he's hit over 40 in like 5 of his 6 starts. And they're dropping it by 2. So I'm parlaying that with the Texans money line plus 115.
Okay. Wow.
So there's a couple little parlays I'm going to give out. That's one of them where I think like you could find ways to get the money line and throw it with something else.
Yeah, no issues with that.
All right. And trying to throw my parlay in, but I don't think I can do math.
Oh, bummer.
I'll do it later. All right, let's move on. It's the AFC North divisional rivalry. The Cincinnati Bengals 4-9 at home, taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens, who are not 6-6. They are currently 6-7 right now because they are just absolutely sputtering. The Bengals are catching 2.5 at home as division home underdogs, plus 130. Ravens are minus 155, laying the 2.5. Over under is 51.5 total points. Not a big handicap here. I could be talked into making this a big play, but here's my point. I'm getting Joe Burrow as a dog, where if I understand, he's really good at covering the spread as an underdog when he starts. But just looking at the last 7 games, the Bengals are 5-2 ATS as underdogs. I'm also getting him in the month of December with points. And after that Bills game, he's now 19-3 ATS in the month of December. I don't know what the catch is. Is Lamar playing like a rookie again? Yeah, he kind of is. He's playing like something's wrong or he's injured. The Ravens are sputtering in the complete wrong direction. Supposedly there's internal turmoil, and according to fucking Reddit posts, someone's ex-girlfriend is out there putting out news like the Ravens are sick of Harbaugh. They want him fired. And certain people could have played, but they chose not to. Seems like there's a culture problem right now in Baltimore, and Harbaugh might be quietly in the hot seat. I don't know why the Ravens are favored. I honestly want to make the argument that it's wrong team favored. I can't get around to it though because the Bengals are such losers. Like it's just like games like the Bills game in years past, the Bengals win. And I don't question this. But every time, like they're supposed to, it feels like games earlier in the year without Burrow, even with Burrow, 2.5, 3.5. They're supposed to cover as favorites. They don't. They may barely win, or they'll barely lose. Zach Taylor, another coach that's in the hot seat potentially. I don't know if, and like you listen to Joe Burrow's press conference, he's talking about losing the spark and he doesn't know what purpose he's going to play, which I feel like is some sore loser ass mentality. Like you just got your ass beat in the snow by the Bills and now your playoff hopes are gone. So now you have nothing to play for. Like get like part of me says like I don't know what's wrong with Joe Burrow. Like maybe it's a mental thing and he should get it checked out. The other part of me wants to be like quit being a bitch and like shut the fuck up and play football like you're paid to do. But with that said, I'm taking the Bengals plus the points. I can't avoid it, but it feels like it's a trap because every time this line has jumped to 3, it keeps getting hammered back down. So I think I'm missing something.
Yeah, so this is weird because normally I call these games the reverse dream crushers, meaning the team has just lost a devastating game that basically ends their season. And then after that game, they come out very strong, and it's their sort of reverse dream crusher where their season's over, but they put out one good performance to sort of, like I said, their one good performance before the end of the year to show their pride. In this case, you can make the argument both teams had dream crusher games because Cincinnati's basically dead with 9 losses now, and the Ravens just lost a critical game to the Steelers in heartbreaking fashion. So I have 2 desperate teams. This is actually, and I rarely do these, but this is going to be my over of the week. Give me the over 1.5 for this game because I think you have 2 desperate teams with defenses that have struggled in the past. We know how good Joe Burrow is in December. The Ravens, I think you're also going to get their best effort because they're desperate. You know that this Bengals defense isn't great. I think this is going to be a very close game. I think it's going to go over. It's tough for me to go against the Bengals just because we just saw the Bengals whomp this Ravens team. Normally, you'd say it's a revenge spot for the Ravens, and you may be right. I don't know. Maybe the Ravens is the right choice here. Revenge spot. I don't want to go against Burrow in December. You know what I mean? Like you're getting 2 points. Could be a close game. Burrow in December. And I'm sure the Bengals would love nothing more than to knock Baltimore out of the playoffs because you know how teams are like that. So it's tough. I think it's going to be this might be the game of 1 o'clock. I think there's going to be a good game.
I cannot wait to have this on Paramount Plus on a 5-second delay compared to Red Zone, who's already playing on a delay as it is. But at the same time, I originally marked this as an under, but I think you won me over, and I just looked at some stats. These are shit defenses. These are not good teams. And I mean, if there's no motivation on one side, that's the only way this loses. But you're right. This could be deadpan over. This is going to be like playing for contract. Like that's the other thing. Like I think for contract incentives, Joe Burrow has 4 weeks to get some stats on his paycheck. Maybe get a couple incentives if it's not going to be for fucking playoffs. And this feels like the kind of game where like if Joe Burrow doesn't wake up for him, Jamar Chase will wake his ass up and be like, "Motherfucker, I played all season. I need 1,000 yards. I need 1,200 yards. Like throw my fucking ass the ball," and he'll do it. So. Yeah, give me Cincy. Give me the over. Love the play.
Yeah, I don't know. I may change my pick by tomorrow. We'll see. This one's over. I like though. Over. I like.
You know what? It's kind of like my last pick with Houston. I'm like, I'm picking Arizona because like I just don't think Houston is the right side, but I could be wrong. But I love the under in that game. It's like weird reverse correlation.
All right, let's keep going. We got a lot of games.
Yeah, we do.
The Bills make me wanna kick your heels up and throw your hands up and throw your head back and come on now. The Bills are making it happen now.
It's the Bills of Buffalo on the road, coming off the snowy win. They're traveling to Foxborough, Massachusetts, and Gillette Stadium to take on the current AFC East division leader, the New England Patriots, who are 11-2. Patriots are catching one at home, plus 100 as a division home underdog. Over under is 48.5. The Bills, I think I had this listed as a pick 'em, but Bills are currently minus 120. So that explains the plus 100 on each side. But Bills right now, as it stands, is the favorite. It is your team, Money Management. I give you the honors. What say you?
Well, it's a tough one because I thought New England should have been a slight favorite in this game. Do think that. If the New England Patriots win, it's hat and t-shirt time in New England. If they win, they clinch the division. AFC East champ, New England Patriots. Buffalo lost in Buffalo, breaking the streak earlier this year. I can't believe I'm going to say this. I think the Bills are going to get revenge. I think the Bills are going to deny the Patriots their hat and t-shirts this week. I think they're going to make the last 3 weeks of the AFC East interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Bills. It's probably a homer pick, but also don't forget, remember who we have. Call him Big Papa. Call him Daddy. Joshua Patrick Allen, now going to be a father. Congratulations, Josh. And I think we're going to celebrate by showing Drake May who the real MVP is. I think the Bills are going to get it done.
Not Drake May. Drake May. What kind of fucking nickname is that? How about MVP Josh Allen? I can't believe I'm doing this.
Killer whale, orca.
Oh.
I'm going to make this my best bet of the week.
Wow.
Give me the Buffalo Bills.
Wow.
How do you not take the Bills in this spot? The ultimate spot. Win or go home. Lose, you lose the division. The Bills have not lost the division title since, what was it, 2018?
Yeah, five straight, I think. 5 straight.
Is this really where it dies in this game at New England? A spot where they actually kind of have fared well with Josh, even though lately, I think it's they've lost 2 of their last 3 or 3 of their last 4. But me and my man Josh here, we have something in common now. We're both expecting fathers. And how do I not let my heart take over in this spot? In another snow game where it's going to be snowing all throughout Foxborough at 20 degrees. Do I think Drake May is going to be able to cover himself in the snow? Is he going to be able to handle it? When this Patriots team, let's be honest, they were kind of playing some scary, close games against some shit teams prior to the bye. Although they did beat the shit out of the Giants when Jackson Dart made his return. But I think that was a weird spot play where the Giants on Monday night, you always just fade them because they never really show up to begin with. I'm not saying this is the perfect side. I'm looking at the level of competition the Bills have gone up against lately. They were a lot tougher teams. And I think the Bills last week, you got over the ghost. You beat the Bengals. This is another ghost type of game. Hey, Bills, congrats, you beat the Bengals. They've been shit. Now you have to beat the current division leader. You want to be the man? You got to beat the man. That's this kind of game here.
Yeah.
And the Pats, now look, Pats are coming off the bye. They have rest advantage. So, I don't know. I heard something with Coach Vrabel. That's a really good spot. This Patriots team, though, looking at their numbers, they are shit off the bye and with rest advantage. They are, since 2021, 2-9-1 ATS when they have the rest advantage, 1-4 ATS off the bye since COVID. And as a home dog, they're 3-5-1 ATS with Drake May. I don't know how you look at this game as I guess this line is a pick 'em. I don't know if you necessarily take I don't know. My thing is like if the books are saying that the Pats should not be favored in this spot, I'm gonna trust the books that they have the line right, and I'm gonna bet the favorite side, where they're gonna say, "Look, it's a coin flip for the most part, but slightly in favor of the Bills." I'm gonna lean on that. So best bet from future father to another future father, go Bills.
Yeah, this one I'll sort of leave it at this. It's gonna feel and it's gonna be a playoff game. Like it's gonna be a playoff game atmosphere, and we're gonna find out if New England is ready for that because we know the Bills have been there against the best teams in the past, decade. So it's going to be a playoff game, and we're going to see how this young Patriots team handles it. And like I said, I can't. Maybe it's a fan talking. Not this week. I can't see this Buffalo Bills team coming out flat and watching the Patriots celebrate an AFC East title in front of them. Like I think the Patriots are going to win the division, but it's not going to be this week.
Yeah, I kind of got the same vibes. If Josh Allen has anything to do with it to go superhero mode, he will. I could see that happening. I got under. It's a big snow game, but I do have over 48.5 in this one.
I think you gotta. It's just going to depend on Josh because if there's been one weakness of the Patriots defense, it's been against the pass, as we've talked about before. So, I'm trying to remember the first game. I don't remember a whole lot about the first game. It was close. I don't think Josh played all that great in that game.
He didn't.
So this is the bounce back. I mean, he's got Gabe Davis, he's got Keon Coleman, and Dalton Kincaid's back, and we got the horses back. It's time to go.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull up the stats now for Josh went 22 for 31, 253, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. 111 QBR.
Yeah, not bad. I think he could do better though.
Yeah, this is a game I think you just get a little more aggressive with this Pats defense. Don't let Stephon Diggs have 146 yards receiving. Stop him. Fine.
Well, Christian Benford is going to take care of that, and Christian Benford has 2 touchdowns in 2 games. So Christian Benford's found himself. It just feels like a Bills team that's starting to play better football.
Yes.
And I think the Patriots got to lose eventually. So this looks like a good spot for them to lose.
Agreed. All right, moving on. Probably the shit game of the week.
Oh, Jesus.
The Chicago Bears, 9-4, back at home, Soldier Field in the frozen tundra. Which, by the way, we are looking at a potential another ice bowl. If you're a history buff with football, we're looking at an ice bowl type game. Bears are minus 380 on the money line. Browns with Shedeur Sanders plus 7.5, plus 300. Over under is 38.5. Yeah, let's put aside the fact that with the wind chill, it's going to feel like negative 25.
Jesus.
The Browns is a non-conference road dog. And teams in this spot have not been good this year. Non-conference road underdogs, they are only 29% ATS this year.
Mm-hmm.
AFC teams in non-conference road games, they're only 48% ATS. AFC non-conference road dogs, or sorry, I said 40. AFC non-conference road dogs, they're actually 50%, 7-7. Chicago, though, at home against the Browns, 5-2 straight up in franchise history. They've won 4 straight at home against this franchise. Caleb, as against the AFC, shockingly good. 6-3 ATS in his career. Very short-lived so far. 3-1 straight up in ATS at home. Cleveland is a road dog. Was super profitable, but recency bias going into this. If you go to 2023, which is when I think Deshaun Watson started playing, the Browns as a road dog has been shit. 3-14 straight up, 4-12-1 ATS. And as a non-conference road dog, since 2023, 0-5 straight up, 1-3-1 ATS. I I say all that because I originally wanted to play the Cleveland Browns plus 7.5, given the weather, given the lack of trust I still have in Caleb Williams. I look at everything. Browns are the better team. The Bears are the better team. The Bears are at home. Spot favors the Bears. I'm not going to overthink it much further. Give me the Bears.
Yeah, it's normally this a kind of dangerous spot because the Bears just lost a big game against the Packers. Maybe they're reeling a little bit, maybe, but we've talked about it how many times? Cleveland on the road is a different team. And am I going to back? Shedeur Sanders had 300 passing yards. Ooh, he's great. He's fantastic. Am I going to back him in a Blizzard Bowl against the 9-4 football team that, a week ago was the number one team in the NFC? No, I don't think I will. No. Give me the Bears minus 7.5. I don't have much more to add than what you said. I just think better coach, better team. We know Cleveland's defense is not as good on the road as they are at home. This just looks like a get-right spot for the Bears to get kind of ease their way into a bounce back and sort of regroup. So that's what I see happening here.
I mean, if you want to have some real fun or have a real sweat in this game, bet the Browns under 13.5 points. It's even money plus 100 on Bet365. So betting the Browns not even to get 2 touchdowns in this game, that could be a fun little sweat. Because we're going to learn something about Shedeur in this game. Either he's going to be the real NFL quarterback or he's going to be what I think he is, which is he's a third-string quarterback.
Yeah, an interesting little story at the end of the year in a lost season.
Yeah, I haven't put that bet in yet. I may have to consider it. I have under 30. I had under 39. It's now 38.5. So we'll move on. 2 seconds. Here we go. All right.
I'd be careful just real quick. I'm sure the tendency is going to be to play the under. I'd just be very careful because, as we know, Cleveland's defense not the same on the road. That they're not the defense that normally holds teams to 10 points. So
fair enough. All right, I'm interested to get your thoughts on this one. I have high hopes. Don't have a lot of expectations. Oh, there we go. It's the Kansas City Chiefs once again back at home. Coming off the Sunday Night Football loss, they're taking on the LA Chargers, who are currently second in the AFC West. The Chiefs officially cannot win the AFC West division. It is now open for a new king. The Chargers are catching 6 on the road, though, plus 230. 41.5 is the total. Chiefs minus 280 home favorite. Why? I guess I understand why the Chiefs are favored. Why is it 6?
I was going to say, am I missing? I know you're more in tune with injury news and stuff. Is Justin Herbert out? Is he questionable?
No, he's questionable as far as I know.
Boy, oh boy. Yeah, this surprises me. Here's my handy.
McConkey, I think, might be hurt. I mean, I'm trying to look it all up now, but I'm not seeing anything too crazy
for this game. If Herbert plays, I think the Chargers are my dog of the week. But I don't know. This line makes me feel like there's some serious questions about Herbert's availability. I don't know. I ought to look more into this one because this, was the line. I don't remember seeing this game in particular. Was the line 6? Has this been moving down or has it stayed 6?
It's been moving up.
It's been moving.
No, it was 4.5 a couple weeks ago. Or not a couple days ago. I think it was 4.5. It's now 6.
See, that concerns me that some people may know something that we don't. If Herbert plays, here's my handicap.
Sorry, opened. I'll be real quick. It opened at 3.5. 4.5. Sorry, it did open at 4.5. It's now 6.
I don't like the way it's moving. That concerns me. If Herbert plays, I think the Chargers are the dog of the week. Here's why. We've talked about the Chiefs. Oh, this is the week. How many times have the Chiefs been in this spot and won? I just don't think this is the same Chiefs team. Chiefs losing at home to Houston last week, that's really bad. And, you could say that maybe this is the Dream Crusher game. This is the sort of Chiefs last stand. I don't know. I mean, catching 6 points, not for me. No way. I think this is a close game. I think unless Herbert doesn't play, +6 is a gift. Maybe for some Barneys and some Joes who are hitting the Chiefs because they're expecting the bounce back. Not me. I'm not. I'm not gonna ride that train. If Herbert's playing, I think the Chargers at least keep it close.
Even crazier, this over-under line movement opened at 45.5. It's now 41.5. So 4-point difference. I'm looking at the injury report.
Herbert may not be playing. Herbert may be out.
But I'm not seeing him on the injury report.
This is weird.
Like, optimistic about his hand heading into the Chiefs showdown.
This is weird. All right.
Limited in practice, but set to play. I don't understand. I guess, like, I'm in the same boat. I wouldn't say dog of the week because, my dog is a different definition than yours. This is like a fade of the week territory. Like, you're giving me 6? I'm not betting Patrick Mahomes at 3 or more. Like,
I don't know how you could fade the Chiefs, though, coming off their worst loss of the year. You're kind of fading a team that's already faded. You're fading a dead duck. Here, keep going. Why don't you give your thoughts in terms of like your impressions of the game? I'm gonna keep looking and seeing if there's something like what may explain this line move.
Yeah, like I mean, I really don't have too much more impression. I mean, I just don't think betting Mahomes as a favorite over 3 makes sense. I don't care that Herbert's injured and he only won because his opponent threw 4 interceptions last week. One of which was in overtime, and he has no offensive line because they're all on injured reserve, and he has a broken hand, and he hasn't won in Kansas City since 2021. But he is 4-0 ATS on road division games with Harbaugh. Harbaugh, by the way, his protege successor at Michigan, was just arrested on felony home invasion charges after cheating on his wife with a staffer at Michigan. Like, I mean, I'm throwing darts at the board at this point to figure out why this line movement happened, but I'm not doing it. I like this is like Chiefs and a teaser at money line or nothing for me. Because I think the Chiefs will end the season 10-7. Ultimately, they might find a way. 9-8 for this Chiefs team does not seem right to me. I see the Chiefs getting to 10.
I saw it's actually possible, and maybe this explains it. It's possible that if the Chiefs lose, they're out. They're out. Could be playoff elimination game.
Yeah, but again, I love the Chiefs to win. I don't like them to cover 6. I tried getting them. I tried getting them to cover 3.5 last week, and look what happened. Chargers defense, not for nothing, too. Like they're not as good as Houston or Denver, but Chargers beat Denver earlier in the year, and Chargers defense is hit and miss, but not the way this Mahomes offense has been operating. Not with fucking Matt Nagy calling plays. Like shit's bad in Kansas City. Yeah. I don't think it's like, to me, it just seems like the books are there's either something they know or they haven't really caught up yet with how bad Kansas City is. I mean, maybe there's some real sharp money on this Kansas City side, and maybe it's because it's a playoff eliminator. I can't do it. Yeah. I can't get behind the 6.
It's plus the points for me, but I might be very careful playing this game because I don't know, when there's a big move like that, normally that means that someone sharp knows something or has inside information, and I don't know, smells funky.
Smells fishy. Yep. God, I'm going to introduce the next game, and I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to try and pull up I got a site where I can pull up the betting slips, and I'm going to get that while we go. But this one should be short and quick. The Philadelphia Eagles coming off the Monday night loss, -850 on the money line, back at home. Over under is 41.5. They're taking on the Las Vegas Raiders plus 575. Geno Smith will be out. It will be Kenny Pickett in for the start. Again, with the 2-11 Raiders as a non-conference road underdog. Money Mansman, for the love of God, get us through this as soon as you can.
Yeah, so Eagles will win. I mean, it's a at home get right spot against the Raiders, who are pathetic. The Raiders can't do anything. Do you want to back the Eagles as a double-digit favorite? Maybe in the contest, but in terms of money, not me. For me, it's a no play. I can't back the Eagles as a double-digit favorite. They're just not a functional team. I mean, they're a disaster with their little bunnies that they're bringing in, the motivation bunny that they then remove after 4 days. This Eagles team,
The motivational bunny.
Normally with the Eagles, it's like the team looks like they're on the verge of collapse, and then they put forward a massive performance. So you know what? Actually, this could be the game where the Eagles literally do win by 40, because it seems like it's the game where they're literally on the verge of collapse and then they win. But I don't know. This game is going to be one of the shit games of the week. It's not going to be good.
So it's a 60-40 split in terms of the tickets for the Eagles-Raiders game. You can get the Eagles minus 11.5 at another book. All the money, though, on the money line is on this Eagles team. I got smart. I was going to make this my fade of the week. I can't do it, though. I want to. I really want to. But I don't trust Kenny Pickett. I don't even trust the Raiders at this point. Like, this is like, I feel like this is the game the Eagles get right, and their head coach gets fired after this game. Like, Pete Carroll could be gone after this game, depending on how bad it goes. Or it'll be like breaking news, like Pete Carroll will be fired at the end of the season. Like, they may let him finish it out with nothing left to lose, but they may be like, yeah, he's gone. So, yeah, with that, I got nothing left. Like, I've heard a couple sharps say, like...
I have a strategy for this game. Early in the game is going to be key. First quarter. If it's 0-0, Raiders are going to cover the game because the Eagles are going to sleepwalk through it. If the Eagles, score a first drive touchdown, immediately, back the Eagles because it's going to be a big win. This maybe is a long fighting game. You wait and see.
I could see it. Don't like how even the money is, though, on Raiders and Eagles. I just feel... But then again, I just feel like this is the lowest you're going to get the Eagles. Like they've got, I don't know who's betting the Eagles. I don't know who's picking the Eagles in their contest. And, I think the concern is this just a trap spot where, Eagles just lost in overtime. By the way, I have updated overtime stats for you. So teams off overtime, 7-11 ATS, 5-13 straight up.
How about teams losing Monday night? I know that's been one of your stats all year.
Yeah, that's a big one. Monday Night Football losers. Listen to this. 4-9-1 ATS, 5-9 straight up.
Yep.
So
play at your own risk.
If I were to back the Raiders, I'm backing trends. I'm not backing the team. I'm not going to put my money on a team I can't back. That's ultimately what it comes down to. So I'm taking Philly.
We've talked about it before. Remember, we've talked about it a couple of times. What are you betting on the other side if you take Raiders plus 12?
Kenny Pickett.
Maybe you're hoping that Kenny Pickett is better than Geno Smith.
No, I'm betting that Kenny Pickett will do another 2-minute drill to get a meaningless field goal for the cover.
Oh,
that's what I'm betting on.
That was brutal in Denver minus 8.5. That was brutal.
Oh, and that was brutal for over-under bettors in that game because that field goal also hit the over.
Yeah.
It was a 40-point over-under game.
Well, I guess if you had Raiders over, you were happy.
Yeah. And speaking of this game, I've got deadpan over because I think Eagles blow this shit team out. Excuse me. So
Yeah.
over 41.5 that game. Moving on. Jacksonville Jaguars are taking on. I know it's hard to see the logo. You may have to look close. It's blending in. That's just because it's the ghost of a team that really doesn't exist anymore in the NFL. They're about to be relegated to the XFL. It is the New York Jets. Jets sucks. Jags 9-4. They are laying 14 at home, minus 950, plus 625 for the Jets. 41.5 is the total. Money Mansman, please inform the people who the current Jets quarterback is.
Oh, yes, of course. Their third string rookie. And he's so bad, I forgot what his name. Isn't it like Cook or something? Braden Cook or some shit?
Brady Cook.
Brady Cook. Yeah, that sentence says it all. Brady Cook. And I think he was an undrafted free agent, too. Undrafted free agent, third string quarterback. Completed like 3 passes last week. Do we really need to say anything?
Oh, hold on. He completed 14 passes, no
How,
touchdowns,
how many of them?
2 interceptions.
How many were meaningful?
Well, he threw 2 interceptions.
Yeah, there you go.
So 2 to the other side. His QBR was, you know what? I'll give you a guess. But guess what his QBR was?
28.3.
Lower.
Oh, Jesus. Are we talking about like QBR or like the ESPN QB stat?
Okay, let's do passer rating, and then we'll do ESPN adjusted QBR.
Passer rating lower than 28.3? Oh, fuck.
Sorry. Okay, it's higher than that.
Okay. 48.9.
35.8.
Jesus Christ.
Now his
Okay.
adjusted QBR.
5.
6.
Jesus Christ. You know
So
what?
do you want to back Trevor as a 14-point favorite?
I mean, yeah, why not? Bro, I'm really thinking about making this my best bet now. I'm not going to do it yet. Keep it open. Bro, what the guy had a 6 QBR. What are we doing? The Jets are...
No, it's okay.
Over.
If you ask the Jets, he did all right.
Okay. Sure. I mean, there's this and that. Whatever. Fuck this game. Jaguars will win. Jaguars will cover. Jaguars will win by like 28.
We'll jag off to it.
I honestly, one thing about the Bucks though, real quick, I don't think they like. There's a certain amount where they just sort of stop, where it's like, oh, geez, it's 2 touchdowns, like we have to stop. But I mean, in this case, this is like 35-3, like all over it. I mean, will the Jets score a touchdown in this game? Probably not. Maybe in garbage time. So, you're looking at, they could easily cover 20, like no sweat. Yeah, this could be Jaguars winning big.
Yeah, I have the same thoughts. Brady Cook, 6 QBR, no thanks.
Yeah.
I hate Trevor Lawrence. I hate backing him as a big favorite. It scares the shit. This could be like the Battle of London. Like, which team gets relegated to London permanently?
I know, the London Bowl.
Oh. And then, it's in Florida. I guess over 41.
Like Jacksonville could score that themselves.
Yeah.
Turnovers, pick 6 of Rooney, couple fumbles.
Yeah. This could be ugly. We got to put it on for shits and giggles, but this could get ugly quick.
There's some shit fucking games this week. Jesus Christ.
Oh, God. We got another shit game. It's the last 1:00 game, though. It's the New York Giants taking on the Washington Commanders, a.k.a. the Commies, a.k.a. the Commanders, a.k.a. the football team, a.k.a.
Washington Redskins, go f*** yourself.
And Marcus Mariota is back, and he is now a 2.5-point road underdog for a divisional game. Plus 125, minus 140 for the Giants, and Jackson Dart, minus 2.5. Over-under is 46.5 points. All right, here's my handicap. And the flow chart says to take the Giants, but they have lost 3 straight. But I think that was when they played Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is now out. I think Washington needs to go back in Hall of Fame territory, but only because I think with Mariota playing and Deebo Samuel potentially being out with an illness, this to me is like a Giants get up spot because like this is it after this game. I don't know what the fuck else the Giants have to get up for. I didn't get the audio, but we have a competitor for most awkward like head coach speech, if you will.
You guys have to look up Mike Kafka fucking because they have the NFC East Hard Knocks, in-season Hard Knocks, and Mike Kafka gave one of the most awkward speeches in history. You got to look that up.
I'm seeing if I can pull it up now. God, I gotta see if I can find the full video. Man, I got Giants here. Like, I guess because I think they'll actually play, but I don't know.
Yeah. So I don't know how the fucking. I mean, you watch that shit on Hard Knocks. I don't know how you could pick the Giants. Like, there's a dead team walking. Jackson Dart, I think, has a promising future, but I mean, this team is rudderless. They fired their coach. I think they're playing out the string. Washington, Mariota's been solid. The team's just not very good. I mean, there are so many shit games this week. Like, I didn't really think about it before we started. There are some shit games this week. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I'm going with Washington. And here, I'm going to give the quotes of why I'm going and why I am going for Washington. And I quote, I fucking love this team. The results haven't been what we want. I fucking love this team. I promise you we're going to get where we want to go. You're 2-11. Recharge this bye week, come back and go fucking dominate. And if you ain't about that life, get the fuck out. And then Kafka asks, you feel me?
You're not even doing it justice how awkward he was like, if you don't like it, get the fuck out.
No, I'm not trying to do it justice. I'm just reading the quotes. I'm telling you, you got to look it up. It is horror awful.
Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can share the screen. I think I got it.
Oh, God. Here comes the copyright claim.
All right. Let me know. Let me know when you got it. Let me know when you're good.
I don't know what I'm supposed to be waiting for.
Oh, I'm sharing my screen. Maybe you don't see it, but currently, hold on. Maybe if I.
Yeah, no, I'm not seeing it.
All right. Well, I'm attempting to do it, but it's all good. Here we go.
Okay. Oh.
We know where we're at and what we want. We love this team. I promise you we're going to get to where we want to go. Recharge us bye week, we're back, and go fucking dominate.
Oh, my God.
And if you ain't about that fucking life, get the fuck out. You guys feel me on that? That's what I want to be with this group. All right? Let's break this bitch up. JMS. Ready?
Let's break this bitch up. This guy, wash it. You know what? No, I'm not going to do it yet. I'm going to do it yet.
Not yet.
I'm thinking. I got a couple more. We got a couple more games to go to.
All right. We're in the 4:00 window. We got to do it. New Orleans Saints, 3-10, coming off the big win against Tampa as well. They are catching 2.5 at home, plus 140. They're taking on the Carolina Panthers, minus 165 for them. 40.5 is the total. Okay. I got to be quick with this one just because, I know we're getting in late. We still have the 4:00 to get through. I don't think I've given it out yet. I think I'm going to wait. this was game number 2 potential for fade of the week. And I was going to take the Saints plus 2.5. I think I still am. I'm even going to take them a little bit on the money line. I mean, I think I gave the numbers last week. I'm going to try and pull up my little handicap notes here, but ultimately what this comes down to, I'm not betting on a quarterback that's never been a road favorite. Like, never. I can't do it. And on top of that, I'm looking at this line and I'm just like, wait a minute. Like, when was the last time this team was a road favorite? And I had to look. It was Baker Mayfield. And he lost. They haven't won a road favorite game since Cam Newton. So why? I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's the Saints. Like, this to me just says wrong spot. Not wrong team favored. Like, I think the Panthers, they're number 1 in the division. Saints are dead last. Like, they should be favored. The fact that it's only 2.5 is what's telling to me. The books are basically saying, like, on a neutral, maybe 4.5. With a guy on the road who doesn't really do well on the road. And as I mentioned last week, Tyler Shuck, not as bad as I think we're going to make him out to be. Found his legs last week, didn't really air it out, but I think this is a week he could bounce back and air it out.
It's funny because we're hearing all about Sanders, but Chuck's actually playing good football. Like, playing football. You know me. What's my Carolina Panthers system play? They win a big game. They win, they lose. They win, they lose. Well, I think we're on loss time, and especially now they're in first place. It wouldn't surprise me to see Carolina choke on their own spittle in this game. So, yeah, I'm thinking the same as you. I think it's probably time for the Panthers to lose. And they're on the road, and Carolina's another one of those teams where better home team than on the road. So I think it tracks. I think Saints will be competitive in the game, and they might win outright. So I think I agree with you. I think I go with the Saints.
Which is weird because, like, I'm looking here, and the Panthers have actually been a decent road team lately. They've won 3 of their last 4. They just lost to San Francisco on Monday night. That was their last road game. But, yeah, like, I'm trying to find the fucking handicap that I had. Where is... There we go, New York. That was Raymond James. That was 5 as a divisional road team. That was a Bucks line. Like, I thought I saw something where it was like the Saints at home against divisional teams, they tend to do better. The only thing that scares me is, like, I think the last time Bryce Young came to Caesar Stadium, fucking beat the shit out of the Saints. It was like I think it was like a 47-10 game. Like, it was basically like a whip your dick out and beat them type game. But I don't know, man. I think the Saints might have their quarterback.
It's tough. Carolina's getting expensive. They're not. You're now backing them as a road favorite, which you haven't been able to do a lot.
Yeah, it's concerning, but I'm gonna go with the Saints. Good luck, God bless. 4:00, Rams, Lions, Inglewood, California, SoFi Stadium. Rams are laying 6 at home, minus 270. Lions are plus 220. Road underdogs, 55 is the total in this one, the highest on the card this week. And I've been teasing it. I've been doing it a while.
Who drove over here? Let me see your hands. Who took the bus? Did you have fire in your gut?
Probably
getting some fire in your gut, buddy?
Yeah, I'm prepping fire in my gut. This is my fade of the week. I am fading the LA Rams as home favorites in this spot. Oh boy, this is where the term gut check comes into play. Because I think a lot of things tell you the Rams are the right side. The Rams are the better team. Lions haven't been as good this year. This is sort of flowcharty, but I think that the Lions have, like, always performed well against the Rams. they seem to know Matt Stafford's game. They always seem to show up and win close. And this is like a number where why are the Rams this big of a favorite? That like my line, I have this at 4.5, like maybe 4. I think at 6 is just a little disrespectful to the fact that the Lions have pretty much only lost to really good teams this year. I don't think they've lost to anyone of like shit caliber. Lions on the road has been the issue for like, I think that might be why, because like Devontae Adams is expected to play and he's hurt. The Lions are 1-3 straight up in ATS as road dogs. But again, we talked about it. We're in the final 4 weeks. Like, this is get up and win or go home. This is, if you're a loser, play spoiler. Like, this is the kind of matchup and the kind of week. I think if you're the Lions, you're like, well, the Packers, we're going to talk about this game next. The Packers have an opportunity to lose a bad road game. We need to win this one because we're now officially second place looking at wild card. We need to secure every win we can get. And we need to prove that we belong. And it seems like time and time again with Campbell, he's owned the Rams. He's won this. He's actually won outright in this spot. So just a little disrespectful of a number, in my opinion. So this is my fade of the week. I think the Rams are a little overdue for another loss. I mean, they lost to the Panthers, for Christ's sake. That's what scares me. Like, you lost to the Panthers.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, and your handicap makes some sense. I'm going with the Rams here. This Detroit team does not feel like the Detroit team of a couple years ago. Their defense does not look good. They haven't been good against good teams. They lost 2 games to Green Bay. They haven't been great. They just doesn't feel like the same Detroit team. And normally I'd be right there with you, like the road dog taking down Goliath. Like, that's what Detroit does, biting the kneecaps. Like, that's what they are. I don't know. This year I haven't seen it. I mean, maybe I'm still a little burned from Thanksgiving, backing them as favorites against Green Bay. I don't know. This just doesn't seem like a team that can go and win in LA. And I just think the Rams are better everywhere. I think their defense is much better. I think their offense has been better. I just think they're going to shut Detroit down. And I think, the line seems high, but I think the line is correct. I think the Rams are the right choice here, and they're probably going to win by 10 to 13 points. So give me the Rams at home, -6.
I mean, I'm just going back to week 10. So week 10, they went to San Francisco. They won and covered there. So they took over their goes. Week 11, the Rams were at home against Seattle, barely beat them because of a missed field goal. They then were at home. They took on Tampa, Sunday Night Football. Baker gets hurt. It's two-glove Teddy. Two-glove Teddy sucks. Love the guy, though. Like, love his character, but not a good quarterback. They win and cover there, but beats a backup quarterback. Week 13, on the road at Carolina, they lose. They then go back on the road again. They take on another backup quarterback in Jacoby Brissett in a spot where the Cardinals have not done well. This, to me, just seems like the Rams were really getting away with a lot of, like, bad teams, in my opinion. The Lions are not the Lions of old, but I think this Lions team can still give them problems.
Yeah. Sorry.
If any coach knows how to give Stafford problems, it's Campbell. And I just think this game will be close. You're right. The Rams should win this. I think the Rams are the better team. I just think the number is too much. That's my ultimate thing.
Okay. We'll go last. Why don't we go since November? Show you how bad the Lions have been and why your pick is wrong. Okay. They lost at home. Well, actually, we'll start November 2nd. They lost at home to the Vikings. They beat the Commanders on the road. They lost on the road to the Eagles. That loss ain't looking that good now.
Not looking good, but they're still, for sake of argument, they're playoff caliber.
Oh, they beat the Giants at home in overtime.
In overtime.
And then they lost to the Packers in Thanksgiving.
But they always lose on Thanksgiving.
And then, yeah, I know. Lions, why aren't you losing a game in Thanksgiving? And then they beat the Cowboys. So that's been an inconsistent team, losing to not great and playing down to bad competition. The Rams are the best team that they've played out of those teams. Bro, the Lions also lost to the Chiefs. Not looking so great. Telling you, the Lions are unfortunate. And you know me, I love Dan Campbell. I love the Lions. Not in this game. Sorry.
Fair enough. All right, let's rapid fire through these last 5 because I really don't have too much else with these games, except for this next one.
The Denver Broncos.
Yeah, it's time. Denver at the point, minus 105 now at home in a pickup against the Green Bay Packers, who are the non-conference favorites. 42.5 is the total. Monday 15. It's actually Sunday 425. And, with that said, a little bit of a fan bias here. This is,
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Chewbacca.
The Broncos should not be an underdog in this spot. That's what kills me. I don't mind this being a pick'em. But when this line opened, Denver was a 2.5-point home underdog. It's now 1, which means the Sharps have bet this number down. Tells me that the line was wrong to begin with. But just looking at other numbers and stats, Denver 8-1 all-time at home against Green Bay. We beat Jordan Love and this Green Bay Packers team with Russell Wilson as our quarterback. We also beat them 2 years ago. And I remember it was 2 years ago because it was the weekend after my wedding. And my family from Denver was in town and we watched this terrible game. We won 19-17 as 1.5-point home favorites. What has changed for this Packers team in 2 years for the Packers to make this line flip where they're 2.5-point road favorites? Josh Jacobs? Is Josh Jacobs a 3-point flip? I don't think he is. Is Micah Parsons and Josh Jacobs a 3-point flip? Maybe if Russell Wilson was still our quarterback. We got Big Dick Bo fucking Nix, who is also an expecting father, by the way. His wife, his girlfriend or wife is also pregnant. So, I mean, what the fuck else is there? Like, Bo Nix, he's better than Russ. So cancel out the Josh Jacobs. Denver's defense has been a lot better this year than it was in 2023. So cancel out Micah Parsons, in my opinion. And again, if I have to hear on and on how the Packers are good in December with Matt LaFleur, look closer at these numbers with Jordan Love. He's only 5-4-1 ATS and 6-4 in December. He's 500. He's 3-3 straight up in ATS on the road in the month of December. Bo Nix is the NFC killer. He's 8-1 in his career. The only loss was against Seattle, his debut game. He is undefeated at home against the NFC. 4-0, 3-1 ATS. Denver wins. I think they essentially clinch a playoff berth and they clinch potentially. I could be wrong. I think this game has a potential for a home clinch for either the 2 or the potential 1. So there is a lot to play for this game. And I know we have the Chargers and the Chiefs coming up. So, for me as a Broncos fan, I would think this is must win. Or not, more so, you can't lose. You cannot lose against the Packers here. You have to win here because it will only get harder. Theoretically.
Well, I mean, you made a lot of great points, and it makes a lot of sense. I was trying to talk myself out of this during the course of the show, but now I can't talk myself out of it because this is my best bet of the week, and my best bet is on the Green Bay Packers
Are
minus.
you fucking kidding me? No.
Your numbers, very convincing. I get what you're saying, Bo Nix, NFC killer, whatever. This is the best team Denver's played all year. This is the best defense that Denver's played all year. You mentioned the fact that they have the Chiefs and Chargers on deck, big look-ahead spots. Green Bay is going to come into Mile High, and they're going to shut Bo Nix down. So your offense is going to do nothing. And then you're going to get a heavy dose of Josh Jacobs and throws to the tight end. Your defense, I got to say, your defense is good, but it hasn't been perfect. And I think Green Bay's defense is going to do better. Now, mind you, you will probably win because I have not been right on Green Bay all year. And I was really trying to talk myself out of this one, but I don't know. It just seems like
you should.
The stars have aligned, and Denver, I don't think Denver's going to end the year with 2 losses. And I honestly think the Chargers could still win the division. And this is step 1 for the Chargers to win the division. Denver loses this game. And I hate to say it. I mean, I hope I'm wrong just for you, buddy. I don't want you to suffer.
You're making this your best bet, though. Like, I know you. You don't want.
I want to win. I want to win. I think Green Bay's defense is
most of your money. Your biggest bet of the week.
Washington by 1. You're not good. Your team is not that good. This is the best team you're playing all year. This is a big step up in competition. This isn't Washington.
We're at home.
This is Green Bay. This is a good defense.
I'm not okay. So
it's December.
I hear you, and to be honest, you look at the last few games. You're right. Denver's level of competition has not been good.
The handicap is New England. Who has New England played? Nobody. Although this is a little different because I think Green Bay is more complete than Buffalo because Green Bay's got a good defense. I just could see Bo Nix, 3 interceptions, 7 sacks, and I see Green Bay, 20-14 win. Not saying it's going to be a 15-point clobbering, but Denver is due for a loss.
I mean, you're right. They are due for a loss. My anticipation is if they win this, they'll beat Jacksonville the week after. Kansas City and Chargers might mean nothing.
I don't think are you in Jacksonville?
Yes.
Oh, that could be 2 straight.
No, we're home. We're home.
Oh, okay. I think you'll beat Jacksonville at home.
I just think if we win the 2 games at home, we're on the road to Kansas City Christmas. We're back home for the Chargers. We have three of our last 4 at home. We need to win this.
Pom-poms out this week. You're going to be rooting for Mahomes. You're going to be, yeah, Chiefs. Yeah, that's going to be you. Yeah,
oh, of course. Chiefs. Yeah, because I want the Chargers to fucking lose. That might be the play.
I'm not wishing for it. I just think that Green Bay's defense is going to stuff you.
All right. I guess we'll get through this one fast. The Colts 8-5, Seahawks 10-3. Seahawks are laying 13.5, minus 900. 42.5. You want to bet on fucking old man Phillip Rivers, who I don't even know if is he even starting.
I think he probably is.
No.
Are
you fucking kidding me? 8 hours ago, Phillip Rivers to start. Oh my God.
Weeks ago, Indianapolis was the top team in the AFC. I'm not betting against them at 13.5. That's nuts.
Okay,
I know
listen to this. Listen to this. The Seahawks were only minus 800 at home against Minnesota with a 3rd stringer. They're minus 900 against an old man.
Honestly, if Phillip starts, I'm betting the Colts.
Same spread. Minus 900 with the Seahawks.
Is Phillip Rivers starting? I got to see if Phillip.
I am seeing he is starting.
I'm starting? Okay, this is my dog of the week. Old Man Rivers.
What is wrong with you?
Old Man Rivers. Dog of the week. No, this is a joke, this line. Old Man Rivers. I know you know who's still playing? Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor's still playing. Pittman's still playing. Nelson, you cannot tell me the Colts, who are literally 3 weeks ago, one of the best teams in the AFC are now literally the Minnesota Vikings. That is impossible. That is the same line as the Vikings game where we did the mortgage bet. This line is terrible. The Colts are the play. Colts plus the points. Dog of the week. There you have it.
I disagree with you. I'm not mortgage betting it. You talked me out of that. You talked me out of taking an incinerator bet on you with this one. Because your argument makes a lot of sense. Because you're right. The Colts are not the Vikings with a third stringer. I think the Colts are really bad with a old 44-year-old man with very little pocket presence. And Jonathan Taylor, I guess. But I think it's
shape, like putting the funny parts aside. Is he even in game shape? Like, what the fuck?
Evidently he is. I have concerns, but give me Seattle. Niners, Titans. This is another shit game. Niners, I guess. That's my handicap. Niners, I guess. I faded every other non-conference road dog. I don't know if this one's right, because San Francisco off the bye is only 4-6 in Shanahan's career. But you know what's even worse? The Titans off a win. They're 0-9 ATS since 2023.
Yeah, I can't believe the Titans won. That's crazy.
Here, even better. You know who the Titans beat? A third-string quarterback. I don't care if it was Shedeur Sanders. I don't care if he's listed as a third-string quarterback. That is who the Titans beat. A third stringer. You will not beat or cover the spread. Can't do it. Niners or nothing.
To show you how bad that last line was, this line is, if I'm not mistaken, this is only 12.5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shows you just how bad the Seahawks line was. But yeah, Niners are the play here. Honestly, this was probably number 2 for the best bet. Titans off a win, Niners off the bye. The only thing is Niners may be a little flat, but I'd still play the Niners.
Bro, ever since the Giants game, we have been like heads up on everything. So our Caser bet is live.
Moving day for the Caser.
All right, Sunday Night Football. Dallas 6-6-1. They are taking on the Minnesota Vikings and 9, aka JJ McCarthy. McCarthy is catching 5.5 on the road, and the Cowboys are -275 plus 225 for the Vikings. 47.5 is the total. Mansman, thoughts, comments, concerns. Sunday Night Football.
Cowboys here. Remember what I said. The Dream Crusher, Cowboys, devastating loss against Detroit. Minnesota, they had their little bounce back win. JJ McCarthy coming back. Time for Dallas to reinstate things. I think Dallas is the play here. And honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if this game isn't all that close. Heads up again, huh?
What was your pick?
Dallas.
No, we're not going heads up. This is Dallas all the way for me. I will say, though, this is going to be a real test. This is whether or not a Kirk Cousins stat or a Kevin O'Connell stat with Vikings in prime time. Remember how we used to fade the shit out of Kirko in prime time? We used to always bet the other side no matter what, especially Monday Night Football. Kevin O'Connell 1-4 straight up on Sunday night. He's never won on the road in prime time. Vikings as a franchise 1-7 on Sunday Night Football since COVID. And just recency bias, road teams have not done well on Sunday Night Football. They're only 1-4 ATS since week 10. And you're better off betting on the Thursday night loser from the previous week, which was the Dallas Cowboys. They're 7-4 straight up in ATS this year. They're also 7-4 to the over, so they really seem to bounce back with the rest. Cowboys have been a dead over team. This is my over of the week. I'm taking the over 47.5 because my other reason, too, is if JJ McCarthy is the real deal, he will also light up this Dallas Cowboys defense, and he will get his, and this over will be hit by the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I hear you there. I think it's an over game, too. Any game with Dallas, over game.
Yep, that's the handicap. It's a Dallas game. They're at home. It's an over. But 2 dome teams, too, at that. So both should be fine. Finally, Monday Night Football. The Pittsburgh Steelers, who I didn't even get their record right, nor the fucking Dolphins. 6-7 for the Dolphins, 7-6 for the Steelers. Dolphins are not out yet. Dolphins are catching 3 plus 145. Steelers are minus 170. 42.5 is the total. There's my handicap. Keeping it short and sweet. It's going to be 19 degrees in Pittsburgh. Tua in the cold, in the elements, for real this time. Fade. Take Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. I think Tua in like not negative. If it's like 32 degrees or less, I think Tua's like 0-8 ATS or something like that in his career. But also, I think the Steelers, just with their defense, it's not the Jets.
Yeah.
A reverse Ronald special, if you will.
You know what? I need a fade of the week. So yeah, I'm going to make this my fade of the week because they've been coming on strong. And I don't normally like to do fade of the weeks like as favorites if I can help it. But just for this instance, I'm going to make my fade of the week Pittsburgh against Miami, and I'm going with the Steelers. Exactly like you said. Miami's been playing better. They've been on the rise. They're not dead yet. But like you said, 19 degrees. How many times have we seen this story? The Miami Dolphins being soft in the cold. We've seen it 100 times. I like the Steelers here. It makes a ton of sense. Miami, kind of the same handicap I had with another team before. They just basically they beat the Bills, and it's been like every game has been a playoff game. And now they got to go on the road to Pittsburgh, Monday Night Football, 19 degrees. I think the fun little Miami Dolphins story ends here. This is the dream crusher game for them. Steelers will win.
Yep, that's my thoughts as well. All right, Mansman, that's 15 games. Give us your final 5. I'll give you my final 5. We'll call it a night.
Sure, yeah. So Pittsburgh, fade of the week. I have my best bet, Green Bay over the Denver Broncos. And then I have my dog of the week. I might actually, for fun, I might have to put a money line bet on the freaking Colts. Like I may have to do it. Give me the Indianapolis Colts. An old man, Phillip Rivers, 44 years old, plus 13.5. Those are 3. 2 more. I forgot. I think I blocked it out that the fucking Browns found a way to lose at home to Tennessee. Give me the Bears minus 7.5. Cleveland sucks on the road, and they literally just lost to Tennessee. And speaking of Tennessee, my 5th play, I'm going to go with San Francisco minus the 12.5 at home against Tennessee. I do think there's a chance of them like having a flat spot, but Tennessee coming off a win, now having to go to the West Coast, San Fran off a bye. I think San Fran will get it done and win pretty easily.
Love that. All right, best bet. Give me the Bills minus 1 on the road against New England. Must-win spot. Dog of the week, Denver at home against Green Bay. I think they'll overtake them there. I think Green Bay's getting a little too comfortable. Fade of the week, I'm taking the Lions plus 6. My other 2 contest plays, give me the Jags minus 14. And give me the Saints plus 2.5. I really like the Saints fading the Panthers in that spot. My over of the week, over 47.5 for the Dallas game, Sunday Night Football. Under the week, Houston, Arizona, under 42.5. Mansman, final thoughts, comments, concerns.
Wow, there are a lot of shit games this week, but it has a chance to be an interesting one.
Only 4 weeks left of the regular season.
Yeah, it's going to be. I think this is going to be chaos week because I think there's a possibility that Denver and the Patriots lose, and the AFC is just a mad scramble where if the Chargers win, they're going to have a chance. If the Bills, well, obviously the Bills will win, they'll have a chance. Like, I could just see this being, how we talk about chaos week? I think this week is going to be chaos week.
I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. All right, let's end the show. Thank you guys. If you do tune in, make sure you like, subscribe, follow. I'm Big Bucks of Beta.
Money Man's been signing off, and as always, folks,
Go win that motherfucking money, folks.
Oh, I guess he just left. Okay.
All right.